What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, I have some breaking news to report. Former First Lady Michelle Obama will not be attending President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration next week. According to the office of Barack and Michelle Obama in a statement, quote, former President Barack Obama is confirmed to attend the 60th inaugural ceremonies. Former First Lady Michelle Obama will not attend the upcoming inauguration. No reason was given for her absence. Of course, Michelle Obama also did not attend the funeral service last week for former President Jimmy Carter. Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Laura Bush, and Bill and Hillary Clinton were in attendance, as were President Joe Biden and Jill Biden, and President-elect Trump and Melania Trump. The Bushes are planning to attend the inauguration, the former president's office said. Both Clintons will attend the inauguration, according to their respective representatives, Angel Urena and Nick Merrill. An aide in the former First Lady's office said her last public events were campaigning alongside Vice President Kamala Harris in Kalamazoo, Michigan on October 26th, and she also appeared at a Get Out the Vote rally for her in Norristown, Pennsylvania on November the 2nd. She also sat for an interview on Jennifer Hudson's show on December 17th. So doesn't sound like there's anything as far as ill health is concerned, hopefully. Michelle Obama has attended every inauguration since her husband's in 2009, including Trump's inauguration when he was succeeded Obama in 2017. And my best guess is that she despises Donald Trump. She doesn't like him. And when I say she doesn't like him, she despises that man. And usually Michelle Obama is a person that and this is one of the signs of her disdain for Trump. Michelle Obama is a person who, although when inspired, can be a very inspirational person politically, but she doesn't have that natural love and zest for politics that her husband possesses. But you couldn't tell that from this past election cycle. Arguably, her convention speech was even better than her husband. And Barack Obama is one of the great orators in modern political history. She was possessed in this election because she cannot stand Donald Trump personally and for what she thinks he represents. Not to mention the fact, when I say what he represents, people who don't like him feel that he is a racist and that he's a champion of race of whites, WS. Not only that, but also there's a perception that he's a misogynist and wants to do away with women's rights, especially rights to choose. Also it's personal. You got to remember, Donald Trump is the person that led, after Barack Obama became president, even though Hillary Clinton kind of started a little bit, that gets forgotten. Donald Trump is the main guy that led the birther movement against Barack Obama. Not to mention, I think there's some other stuff that happened. I've heard some things, man. I can't prove a lot of the things I've heard as far as reports and rumors. But there's some stuff that happened behind the scenes, especially after Donald Trump got into the White House. Some things that I think would piss a lot of people off. Remarks that he made about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, allegedly to people who know both. I'll put it like that, right? So it's definitely personal. That's why she wasn't at Jimmy Carter's funeral. Because she would have had to sit right next to, according to the seating arrangements, she would have had to sit right next to Donald Trump, and she wasn't having that. And in this situation, she doesn't want to. I'm assuming by her mere presence, she doesn't want to legitimize Trump's presidency. And let's be honest, I'm not trying to be sexist or misogynistic with this statement, but women can hold grudges. Women, it's just in women's nature. If they don't like you, they don't like you. You know what I mean? And very, very, very difficult to have a woman forgive you when you gotten on her bad side, when you reach that barrier between, okay, maybe an apology might make things better versus let me be the bigger. Nah, she don't fuck with him. Now, Barack Obama's a president. Barring infirmity, he's going to always be there at a ceremony as important as the inaugural. Okay, he's a former president. He's going to be there. Now, there are exceptions. Richard Nixon, starting in 1976, all the way until Clinton's inaugural, the one before he died, I don't believe he ever was in attendance in any of those things. Nixon was never in attendance at any of those inaugurals. Nixon never appeared at any of those GOP conventions from 1976 until 92 before he passed. I think he was only mentioned once, and that was 1992. But that was because Richard Nixon was he was in a special situation. I mean, Washington wasn't exactly his favorite place, and it was just, he's an exception to the rule. For the most part, presidents will be at inaugurals. Now, Michelle had to be at the one in 2017 because that was a transitionary situation. Her husband's administration was transferring power to Trump. She had to be there. But if you could look at her body language, she did not want to be there. She could not even really, she couldn't conceal her disgust and disdain for Donald Trump, right? And a lot of people out there are saying, oh, she's petty. Why did she not be in attendance here? She's petty, whatever, right? But I have to remind these people that Donald Trump wasn't even in attendance for Biden's inaugural, which is super petty because as the president who is the outgoing president, you're supposed to be there. That's why I mentioned Barack Obama and Michelle. They actually went through it. Trump left Washington early, if I remember certainly correctly. Now people can make the excuse, oh, well, we were going through a pandemic. Bull crap. Everybody had masks on, man. At the end of the day, Trump was so petty that he led an insurrection behind the scenes. And then, because they were impeaching him for a second time, it was just pettiness, because he didn't want to accept he lost the election, he left Washington and didn't even acknowledge Biden's administration. Wouldn't even acknowledge that he beat him, that Biden beat him. So honestly, Trump fans don't have any leg to stand on talking about Michelle Obama. Michelle might be saying, well, Trump did it 4 years ago. Well, I'm not going. And also, people got to ask themselves this question. Melania, although she's going to be with him in this ceremony because she's his wife, I guess, she already put it out there. She's not even going to be living in the White House. That's kind of weird. She's not even going to be living there. She'll be living in New York. So at the end of the day, nobody really has an argument against Michelle Obama as far as why she's not attending. Like, she has to be there. No, she doesn't have to be there. Also, now that I think about it, I don't recall Jackie Kennedy attending the inaugurals. I don't think she ever did. Now, someone could correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe she did, but I don't think she ever really attended any of those things. Matter of fact, she shunned Washington after her husband's assassination. So Jackie Kennedy never really attended those things. She pretty much lived a secluded life after her husband was slain. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think that she didn't really reach out to a president, administration, until Clinton's, shortly before she passed away. Maybe because, when Clinton was running in 1992, he was always showing that clip of him shaking hands with John Kennedy. I think Bill was like 17 at the time with the Peace Corps, excuse me. And, plus at the time, Bill was just 46, roughly the same age as John Kennedy was 43, kind of had the same vibe. Um, Kind of like a Southern Camelot vibe to him. Maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, she never attended the inaugurals or most of those Washington affiliated or related events. So she's a first lady. I mean, it'd be nice if she was there, I guess. But Barack can handle things. So I have no problem with this. And quite honestly, knowing how also many of the people who are subordinates surrogates, maybe I should say, of the Trump regime or MAGA crowd, the MAGA crowd, I guess you could put it. Some of the things they've said about Michelle Obama over the years are absolutely horrendous, to the point where they question uh, her looks, outright racist comments about her looks, and even questioning whether she's genetically a woman. I mean, none other than Joan Rivers, shortly before she passed away, was pushing that. So yeah, I don't have a problem with Michelle Obama not attending the inaugural. She got every right to feel that way. But anyway, that's just my take on that. I know some of y'all ain't going to agree, but I don't give a damn. Anyway, tell me what you guys think.